y'all have heard it, and especially those that are in Southern California, because it's a different kind of news going on down there. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Married men have had a more festive dating life than single men. So please, his life was cut short. Nobody knows what his plans were. You were not in their bed or in their relationship. This interview is old. Leave Lauren alone. Imagine being mad because someone who had absolutely nothing to do with you said they decided not to date anyone else. Who said she wants to be Vanessa Bryant? Kobe publicly embarrassed her too. Like, don't y'all understand that she's scared to love and it's hard again and to lose such love? Like, she gave him her heart and she lost him. She's not ready to let her heart love anyone again, and it's okay. That sounds too romantic to me. To be honest, I think it's weird that other people are this invested in how she feels personally. Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell have been together for decades and not married. Marriage don't determine how much someone loves their spouse. And Kobe was cheating on his wife. So what's the difference, girl? So marriage is what summarizes love? Well, yes, that is what the girls are socialized to believe. And then they put it on the man and give the onus to the man to legitimize a relationship. So for her, he never legitimized her. So girl, you wasn't even married to him. So whatever experience you talking about, girl, boop, it's gone. Whatever, girl, because you didn't get married to him. You didn't go down to the courthouse and get a license to marry Nipsey Hussle. So he didn't love you that much, girl. That sounds crazy. That literally, like when you think about it, am I the only one that thinks like that? Like when you actually think about whatever definition, again, we back to whatever your definition of love is, for you to say that someone didn't love you, that's why they didn't marry you, and you're like putting those two things together. I don't know. It doesn't sound like logical to me. It doesn't. It doesn't sound logical to me. But that's what it is. You need him to legitimize a relationship. He would have moved on though if the tables were turned. Right, because maybe that's what his path is. That's her path. Same thing. Didn't I tell y'all the other day? My life mission is I'm dedicated to God. That's where I'm a nun. Put it like that. Okay. I'm a nun. I'm a nun. And that's what it is. My life is dedicated to the most high, to the one, to the source, period. And that's what it is. I'm not worried about no man. And no man is responsible for my salvation either. So I'm on some different shit, right? That's not a focus of mine. I don't even want to take that risk. It doesn't make sense. I've seen what it does and I see what y'all going through, girl. I'm talking like if I'm Lauren. Like I don't want to do what y'all keep doing over and over again. Look at Tamar Braxton. Look at these women that just they spend their lives looking for someone to spend their lives with. They stay in a mirror, but can't look into their own eyes and say, bitch, you the one. You're the one. You're the one. You're that girl. You're the love that I need. You deserve the love and affection that you're looking for someone else to give you. You deserve it to give it to yourself, bitch. But instead, they looking outside of themselves for some man to legitimize them. So, and that's what it is. And they keep doing it over and over and over and over again. And then when they're 80 years old, sitting in a rocking chair, sitting on the porch, talking to the youngins, and they say, Auntie Tamar, what is the advice you would give us if you were my age? What advice would you give me now at my age? Don't ever do what I did and waste your life looking for a man to legitimize you, looking for this so called love. I spent my entire life trekking the tundra, canteen and staff in hand, bitch, looking for a motherfucker outside of myself to fulfill me. And I wasted time. I could have been living a different life outside of looking for a man to complete me. Girl, please. I'm already complete. I was already complete that whole time. And I kept looking past myself, looking for somebody outside of myself to give me the love that was always within me. Nobody can love you better than you. Period. Period. I don't care. Nobody can love you better than you. Nobody. I used to write in people's cards a quote that I saw. It was a quote from Buddha, but I don't know who actually said it. But I would write it in greeting cards that I would give to people, and it said, "You, as much as anyone else in this entire universe, deserve your love and affection. You, as much as anyone else in this entire universe, deserves your love and affection." I used to write that in greeting cards to my mother, to my friends. I've always, if you, even if and I was started thinking about that the other day, even if I didn't operate in that frequency all the time where I didn't love myself, I didn't give myself the love and affection that I knew that I deserved, and I was doing something outside of myself that didn't serve me. But at my core, I knew that I was worth that. And so I didn't put up with a lot of shit, right? I didn't put up with a lot of shit, and not for too long. So I always knew at my core it's always you. My first license plate, personalized license plate, was DWN4SLF. That was my first license plate, down for self. It's always been about me. My grandmother used to tell me, to thine own self be true. That's what I have tattooed right here. The whole quote. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day. Thou cannot then be false to any man. I need to get this fixed. And I want to put something around it. I actually want to put some flowers right here. You see how I distracted I just got real quick, because now I'm analyzing it, looking at it as I read it to you. But always be true to yourself. Always be true to yourself. Save yourself. Put your oxygen. That's always been the message. No matter if I was not operating in that frequency, at my foundation, that was always it. You are the one. It's you. It's you. Nobody else. Nobody else can give you. Even when I was going through therapy to heal abandonment, rejection wounds, healing those people pleaser wounds, healing all that stuff. And I didn't do that until my early 40s. But throughout my life, there was always that core just going, that was my core. So I didn't put up with shit. Advice I would give people, they'd be like, "Girl, why are you always telling us to break up with them?" Because, girl, what the fuck? Even though I ended up in a physically abusive, verbally abusive relationship, I didn't stay long. I'm not, girl, what? You think I'm about to do this? And I remember the day I walked into my bathroom. I was with my son's father. I walked into the bathroom and I looked at myself and I asked myself, for the rest of your life? For the rest of your life? And then it was over like a few weeks after that. Girl, you're not about to do this for the rest of your life. You do not deserve none of that. What's going on in that? You don't deserve none of that. And he definitely doesn't deserve you. Girl, the one who deserves you is you. So at one point in the game, I'm like, okay, I'm not doing this again. Don't ask me. I had to even tell my therapist, don't ask me if I'm gonna date again, because I'm not. I'm done. I'm good. I'm not doing that. It's not good for me, and I should have never. See, I wish I had someone like this kind of medium down here. I wish I had, when people say, "Oh, Erica, I wish you were there when I was 20." Me too. I wish I was there when I was 20, because now I'm talking to 20-year-old, 25-year-old Erica. You understand what I'm saying? That's who I'm always talking to. I'm always talking to me. Y'all just watching it. I'm always talking to me. I'm always talking, like, if I'm going to give advice to somebody, I'm giving advice to the age of Erica at when she was at that time. So she didn't have to go through none of this bullshit. I wish all of these mediums, that's why I don't understand this to this day, all of these platforms where these women are sharing their stories, and there's still that conversation where marriage is being thrown out like it's something that actually benefits you, when we have seen it. We have seen the studies, we have seen the research, and it's so odd that you see the research and then you actually still want to participate in something knowing that it's a high risk. And so many women are telling you, girl, don't go that way. I've already gone on that level. I'm gonna tell you, when if you go on that, if you decide to go on that level, here are the tools that you're gonna need for that level, like a video game. So once you walk through the door on the next level, there's a person sitting there, information booth. They're gonna give you all the information that you need to go on this level, whatever it is that you deciding you want to do, and take a risk and be in close proximity with these weirdos. You're gonna take that risk. Okay, here are all the tools that you need to. Here's all the red flags, and you have to. It doesn't matter how much you know, it's when you apply it that matters. You can have it all there. It's not until you apply it that it matters, right? So if all these women are down here telling you, this is what you look out for, this is this, this is that, this is that, and all through the stages, like you literally have to go through stages of, I don't know if it's stages of grief or just like an evolution to come out of and to go to the next level. When you get on that level and you go through the door, somebody's sitting there. Here's everything that you're going to need for this level. If he does this, this is a red flag. If he does this, this is a red flag. Even if you see this in women, in your women relationships with other women, in your relationships with people, this is what you look for. But if you're going to try to do a romantic relationship, this is what you look for. These are the studies. These are the statistics. These are the results of women doing this thing. This is what happens. Here's how it happens for some. Here's how it happens. But this is what these women did. And listen to the girls. Listen to the girl. And if there are women and young girls around you, young boys around you, and you hear them talking crazy or saying something that's literally out of alignment, you have to say, hey, hold on a second. What did you say again? And where did you learn that? And what is your understanding of that? How do you understand that? Okay, now let me debunk all that shit and let me give you the real. And let me show you the numbers, because the numbers are there. Shout out to all the people who study human behavior and have documented this stuff so that we have the language to talk about the things. And that's what the people don't understand. These men do not understand. And that's why we're coming into this awareness where women are saying, you know what, I actually don't need these types of relationships. I've done it once. Shout out to Lauren London. I've done it once. I've had this experience. In my mind, this is what true love is. And now my life is devoted to God, you basically. And that's how I see it. That's how I see it. My life is devoted to the Most High, period. We come down here, we talk, we kiki, but it's always me making sure I'm taking care of myself, making sure my needs are met. It's me. And in order for me to do that and make sure, then I'm able to take care of people who need me for their survival until they don't. And that's just what it is. I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing that again. And you don't have to feel bad, and don't have anybody like people who keep asking people, when is your next relationship? When is your next? No, that's not. I'm actually here for something else. And I actually realized it when I should have realized it. I wasn't too late in realizing it. And maybe I had to go through those things in order to be able to share my experience with you, and maybe and then speak to that younger person. This is what you know now. I used to hear my mom say, girl, if I knew then what I know now, if I knew then what I know now. So now I'm at this place. If I knew then what I know now. So I'm speaking to 25-year-old Erica, and you just so happen to be watching. But that is what I would tell myself. I wish I had a woman around me to tell me, instead of doing this, do this. You might want to try this. I know you want to do this, but try this, try this instead of that. Or the women that are like, hey, you don't have to participate in these things and it's okay. I think a lot of women and men look for people to be like, it's okay that you don't want to have a relationship. It's okay that you don't want to have children. It's okay, right? Even though I have children, it's okay. I used to be that girl that was like, I just want to be Mrs. Roper, baby, running around in moo-moos with a joint in one hand and a glass of wine in another hand. And whoever I want to fool with is who I will fool with, honey, with stamps on my passport, period. So if you want to be the rich auntie girl, be the rich auntie, be the rich big cousin, whatever you want to be. But you definitely, I'm here for the girls, so you know that it's okay if you don't want to be in a relationship, if you don't want to have kids, it's so okay. And I'm in 100% support of that. I'm also in 100% support of you choosing yourself first, putting your oxygen mask on first. and loving yourself, giving you the love that you're trying to give to these niggas. Give that love to yourself, girl. Give it to the other women in around you. The same effort you put into these, put it into your relationship with women or your platonic relationships with men. Just because a man is across from you doesn't mean he's a potential husband, doesn't mean he's a potential romantic partner. That could just be somebody you talk about anime with, girl, or whatever the hell y'all be talking about, whatever. Somebody who shares interests, right? And just because you like that person, that like doesn't mean, oh, we have to get close to each other and start doing it. No, you don't have to do that. The platonic relationships, and that's what we need to be telling children, right? Instead of us as teenagers who started quote dating and at 16, 17, having little boyfriends and stuff like that, girl, that's crazy as hell. I should have been discouraged from that. But you also have to have parents who are attuned to your personality. And so when you are going down a road, they're like tapping you on the shoulder, like, I don't want to do that. That's not really, you don't want to be dating. You need to learn yourself. You need to understand yourself. You need to get in touch with your emotions, right? I was just thinking about that the other day when prom, who was I talking about prom with? And she was like, yeah, it was, I felt the pressure too. We felt the pressure of needing to go on a date with the person. We weren't encouraged to go as groups of girls. Everybody had a date. And it was like, no, it shouldn't be, that shouldn't, like, and you say like there's no quote heterosexual agenda. That thing where kids are feeling pressure, like I need to ask somebody to prom, I need to go on. And then the way that these kids ask other people to prom, it's almost like a marriage proposal. It looks, and you telling me there's no heterosexual agenda, girl? Yes, it is. It very much is a heterosexual agenda, making sure that kids stay in alignment with what they need in order to, at the end of the road, you have an unplanned pregnancy and now you down here looking crazy. That's life. That's life. So, anyways, I gotta go, y'all. I'm gonna smoke a little bit more Aretha and then finish my little coffee with chai in it. Um, take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Save yourself. Where is that? Is that over here? That's over here. Save yourself. Save yourself. Put your oxygen mask on first. Period. That's it. I mean, like, and then like that's like something that like it's easy. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. But it's easy because when you think about it, put my oxygen mask on first. When you see yourself overextending yourself, pouring into everything else and not getting resourced, recharged yourself, right? And even when you see yourself doing that, you in your mind say, put your oxygen mask on first, girl. Put your oxygen mask on first. Save yourself first. You first. You first. Center yourself, your needs, even above your kids. That's the thing. This thing where the mothers like to martyr themselves for their children. No, no, no. You cannot take care of kids if you're not attuned and present and in your right mind and healthy. So you can't take care of anybody. If you trying to put kids first to kind of signal I'm a good mom, girl, that shit is late and tired. I'm down here for those mothers. Girl, put yourself first. Get up earlier than the rest of your children so you can have your own time. Have your me time. Tell your kids it's me time. It's me time. And remind them I was Erica. I was whoever you are before I was mom. So I need to connect to her again, right? Don't, put your energy or your identity into other people. And because your kids grow up and they leave, and now you looking like Kyle. I need to review Beverly Hills. You looking like Kyle, talking about I don't know what to do. My identity was being a mom and a wife. Dummy, that's not smart. You lose yourself. Where's Kyle? Hey, Kyle. And now you can't even sit in your truth and say tell the girls you like to lick a little pussy every now and again. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Live in your truth. Be honest with yourself, and walk back past the mirror and be like, "Girl, it's you, girl. It's always been you. It's always been you."
Can you help me? You don't need to be helped any longer. You've always had the power to go back to Kansas.
What have you learned, Dorothy? If I ever go looking for my heart's desire again, I won't look any further than my own backyard. Because if it isn't there, I never really lost it to begin with.
No, she had to find it out for herself.
You the key. You the key. Anyways, all right, peace. Take care of each other, okay? Protect your energy.